What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Krackin Up Podcast, the Carpy's Print Company podcast. I am Derek Carpeletti, and today our guests are two guys that have just been kind of dominating kart racing of recent, Zac Collins and Jeff Collins. How are you guys?
I'm doing great.
Good.
We're doing
Good.
awesome. Glad to be on and appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we'll talk about your karting here in a little bit. You're a father and son racing dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Quite common in the karting world, but you guys have just been absolutely on fire of recent.
Yeah, I raced karts. I raced karts probably, and I'll do the math on that. But we raced karts probably 30 years ago or 32 years ago when I was a young man, and then when this guy came along, kind of life happened and put all that dreams of racing kind of on hold, right? And then we just always had a love for motorsports, and from the time he was 3 years old down at our local track, Penn Speedway, racing little matchboxes on the bench to as an adult now, we've really always loved racing, and we started into karting to kind of give him an opportunity to fill that dream of racing. So
let's jump back into your karting to start the conversation off. When did you start racing? What age were you when you started?
I was probably 19 when I started racing, 19 or 20. Started out running, had a used kart from one of my buddies that was racing. It was back in the Briggs Flathead days. So limited budget, just trying to, just let's call it scratch the itch, right? To get out and turn some laps, because you race with what you're financially capable with. And, I had a blast with it, but never really had I didn't have the skill set, and didn't really understand racing at the time. You have to be a student of racing. And then all these years later, as he came along, he raced in adult classes. He was an RC car racer for years at probably 7, 8 years, 9 years old, maybe a little older than that, maybe 10, 11 years old, and just took a knack to it and literally dominated the kids' classes so much they had to move him up into the adult classes, where he was super successful at that as well. So that was kind of my start into it and his introduction to racing. And many years later, we decided to we had some local promoters here in the southern tier that started a budget class, just older chassis, Predator motors, slick tires, and just really entry level, right? So we decided, hey, let's get into this, and started into it, really kind of being lost with technology. The technology of karting has changed a lot in 30 years.
Yep.
And so, a little rough learning curve to start with, but he took to it very well, and we started becoming students of the racing, watching, and got to the success where we were having this year.
Yeah. You mentioned RC car racing. We did have a path cross. I was at a race last year, and one of the dudes from Impact RC says he helps you guys out here and there at the kart track.
Oh yeah, Chris Button.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, we'd be lost without Chris. Chris bought one of Chris bought Zach's original chassis. And we just happened to stumble across each other by happenstance at a race one night, and he came over and he said, "Oh, I just bought a Slack." And I said, "Well, where'd you buy it?" He said, Adrenaline Rush Racing up in Utica, New York. And I said, "Hey, that wasn't a gunmetal one that was in really good shape." And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, that was our old kart." So we're Slack runners out of Olean, right in your, or Lockport. Slack's out of Lockport, so up in your neck of the woods. And we became friends through Slack. Let's call it, just passing on a cart, and became really good friends. And he's our head crew guy right now. And I'm telling you, he works his guts out. I mean, he's from the time we get to the track to the time we leave, the man he's on it, and he is, prepping tires, cleaning. I mean, he's just amazing. And unfortunately, he's leaving us here in a little bit. We're gonna miss him for a new job opportunity, but a critical part of our race operation.
Yeah. I don't know. I've only met him a couple times, but yeah, like you said, he definitely seems like a hard worker. He's very detail oriented.
Yeah.
He loves racing for sure.
Yeah, and he lines right up with us. You know, he lined right up with us because we're probably a little bit of OCD with the way we do things. We're very precision, very high on maintenance and high on all the stuff that we do that we think separates us from our competition. You know.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. Another thing you guys are really stand out on, at least from the people we've worked with, is your social media game. I know you criticize yourself on lacking on the technology thing, but you guys both seem to have a pretty good grip on the social media.
Yeah, I mean, our main thing is TikTok. I've been on TikTok for 6 years now, and
yep.
It really started with the gaming. I was a big gamer. I was posting gaming clips, and then we got into racing, and my TikTok kind of took off because I was posting racing videos, and racing has a huge fan base. So I ended up getting 10,000, which was a huge mile mark for me. It only took me 3 years to get it. So
yeah,
and Facebook and YouTube, still working on that, but I post every week. So
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I've noticed with like social media, especially across the different platforms, they all take like a different type of posting or media. So like the same thing you use on TikTok does, like our Instagram is complete shit. Get traffic to save our life, but we do really well on Facebook and decently well on TikTok. But yeah, I can post the same thing on Instagram and nobody cares.
Yeah, that's what we run into. Yeah, I mean, we find it's a great opportunity, right? I mean, I'll sit here and say, as an old man, it's interesting of what you can do, and you're getting yourself out there. And if anything, this kind of really with our partners, we don't like to call our sponsors, we don't like to call sponsors. We like to call them partners because, the way I look at it, and we put out presentations for all our sponsors and our partners, and we try to give them something back, and I think that in the racing community, this is grassroots, right? This is we're running our local tracks, and you have to give something in return, right? So we talk about being partners, or we talk about people, providing goods, services, money to run your operation. So we feel it's, we got to give something back, right? So you have to bring value. They're giving you money, they're giving you parts, services, great vendors. So you have to give them something back in return for that, right? And one could say that it's victories, right? Oh yeah, right. But we try to take it a step farther than that by promoting our partners' goods, promoting our partner services, right? We're shamelessly plugging Carpy's today because we love you guys. We love what you do. We love the graphics. It's it's one-stop shop, man. You get in there, you get the design and this stuff. You guys spit this stuff out, and it looks great at the track. Mm-hmm. People notice it. It draws attention because you've got great design. Our stuff looks sharp. But it's all about giving something back to our partners and our sponsors. We feel obligated to do that. You can't take somebody's products and you can't take somebody's money and just say, hey, I got a nice plastic trophy for you, right? So we use those social media platforms to really kind of broaden our reach a little bit, and maybe it draws in other people that are interested in your racing. Maybe it brings more attention to our, maybe we get it has. Maybe it gets more Carpy's more business. Maybe it gets Adrenaline Rush Racing and Go-Kart Shop near me. I'll do all the shameless plugs there, but these folks, we go on a tear. We go on a tear with racing this year, and it's through a lot of hard work and a lot of good partners. So these guys have gotten some business, back, and that's what we aim to do.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's different for every sponsor too. Like someone might just be cool with having the name on the cart, and they're just looking for maybe a write-off or something. There's companies like mine who the name on the cart is beneficial because we're in the racing industry, but like a lawn mowing business that probably doesn't, just having the logo on the cart doesn't really generate anything in my opinion. But things like the social media and interaction, and everyone has a different value for it, so like $500 sponsorship from one person, they might want something completely different out of it than another. There's not really like a template to like what a good sponsorship partnership is.
Yeah, you're trying to give your partners a little ROI, right? You're trying to get a little return on investment, right? So if that's, and to your point, everybody's a little different, right? Everybody's, their expectations of what you do. We try to go above and beyond. We try to show people that, we're gonna work hard at the social media. We had a great sponsorship. I'm gonna say sponsorship. We had a great partnership. We had a great partnership event last night at Action Park East. We had all of our prime sponsors, all of our associate sponsors. We had a great event. We had some catering, had a great party, had people at the track. We brought another 20 people into the track that normally wouldn't be there. So it was a great event, and it shows, the folks that we care about them, and he wants to do good. We work hard at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's cool. Like, there's not really a lot of, at least that I've seen, a lot of people that do that. I know some people do like the preseason, like events, whether it's like a fundraiser event or, just a party of some sort, but doing it at the track, like mid-season is kind of a unique thing that I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, we think it just keeps the excitement going, right? Yeah. Because you can get partner sponsors that, they write you a check at the beginning of the year, and that, you send them a nice plaque at the end of the year and a thank you. We just like to keep building the excitement all year long. Yeah. It helps when you're stacking some checks and you're stacking some trophies. Yeah. But having an event like that actually draws them out to the track. It helps all our track promoters. Mm-hmm. We've got, if I can do the shameless plug, we got some great promoters here in the Southern Tier. Yep. We got, Dreamfield Raceway or Dreamfield Cartway over in Afton with Brandon Clapperton. You've got a showpiece over there. I mean, it's a beautiful track. Roger Swansboro at Action Park East, Matt Millard at Champion Speedway. And who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. I don't want to cut them out. We got Champion, Action Park, Dreamfield, and Brian Mills at Pencan Speedway, right at our hometown track. So these guys, 4 tracks, for us, 4 tracks, but 45 minutes away in any direction. Yeah. And you got your pick. You can race Friday night, you can race Saturday night, you can race Sunday, and they all coordinate well with each other. They run a very typical rules package. They stagger their shows so each guy can get some running. So, we got it's pretty hot down here right now. And if you want to get into karting and you're down in this area, or even if you're not down in this area, it's worth coming. These guys are doing a great job. Mm-hmm. Got swamped at the beginning of the season. We were drinking. We were thinking about switching to swamp buggies down here. And the poor promoters were taking it on the chin, but these guys are giving their guts to karting down here. And, there's some good support down here. We got, good car counts. It fluctuates. We're in the dog days of summer, so people got other things to do. But these guys are doing a great job down here. We have so much fun with all these guys, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is the closest track to us, you think?
For you guys out of Olean, you're coming in 17, probably Champion Speedway. Okay. In Owego, New York. Yeah, they got a great surface there. They run Friday nights. We love that track. Unfortunately, Zach and I's work kind of, I don't want to say prohibits, but it makes it really difficult for us to get there. Yeah. I work in Albany. He works down in the Poconos. So to converge to Susquehanna, get our stuff loaded up and get there, we're usually right there. But, great surface, night racing, nothing like night racing. Yeah. But yeah, all the tracks are really, really good down here. And the people are great. It's fun to go to the tracks.
Yeah, for sure. So this season is, I'm guessing, your guys' best season. What was the total of wins? I know they've been racking up.
Right now, considering last night, it's 12 right now.
Nice. 12 out of how many times you ran this year?
That's out of 15 races.
Wow.
I've got, my worst finish is second 3 times.
Wow.
And that was to the same guy.
Yeah. So, Doug O'Hara, we know you're out there. Yeah. Who's a close friend of ours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an incredible season.
It's been awesome.
The
car's fast. I'm driving good. And
we're keeping it all. Yeah, we're keeping it all together this year. And we started out. We're in our this is our 3rd season. So we started in the budget predator class. We were able to squeeze a couple wins out the first year. He had to learn. He was driving a little. He was a little bit of a bulldozer for a little bit, and then he learned his racecraft. Mm-hmm. Learned that you got to be patient and pick and choose. And then last year we ended up with 4 wins. So we saw that progression, right? Started driving much cleaner. We got the cart, we ended up with a new cart at the end of the last year. So it took us a half a season to dial it in. We've hit on a few things that we like to keep close to the vest. We share a lot of information. We got some good friends, but we don't share it all. We've got a few things that we do in particular to our stuff to make it quick. We've nailed the setup this year, and we haven't touched the cart. We were running a little loose at the beginning of the season. We just did tighten it up just a little bit, and this thing has been on a tear. And he's just been driving beautifully. So
yeah. So you mentioned you had your daughters are getting into racing now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
our team.
So there, I have them waiting in standby. If we can do it, if you want to do a pop in, come on out, girls. I made them actually comb their hair and stuff this morning, Derek. So come on, you come on this side, you go on that side real quick. So you can pop your head in. So this is Miss Riley. So this is Zach's sister.
Okay.
Right here. This is Zach's sister, Riley. She's 12. She just started. She thought she might have wanted to race, but wasn't sure. She's a competition dancer, so I know she's competitive. And I was like, do you want to try it? Because I'm not going to go buy a cart. So Alex Carmody out at Go Kart Shop near me rented us a cart. Mm-hmm. You guys did the graphics for us, and she's been killing it. She started off ripping. So she got her second win last night. And this is Zach's little girl. This is Amelia. She's 7. She just made her second start last night in the 5 car, soon to be the 000. So you're gonna have to squeeze 000 on the side of a cadet cart for me, Derek. So yeah, we got the 0, the 00, and the 000. So these guys are getting into it. We're loving it. We're doing it as a family, and couldn't be any happier.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, we just need a bigger hauler now. Yeah, we ran out of trailer.
You need a hauler partner.
Yeah. So, but yeah, these guys are loving it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's cool to see.
All right.
Like karting and RC racing, probably more, those two racings more than anything else probably is most family oriented. I think because they're probably the two that are most budget friendly. So you're able to bring in the whole family versus like a big modifier, late model.
Yeah.
So when you see like the father and son family combinations.
Yeah, and when you wad these up, it might cost you $50 to $100. You're not racking a modified in there and costing you a couple $10,000. Passions get a lot higher when there's a lot more damage and money on the line. So it's a great environment. All these tracks, you always got your frenemies.
Yeah.
You got your, we got a bunch of good friends, but there's still competition, right? So we try to keep it friendly, and but we're still out to crush people.
Oh yeah,
crush your whole play.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So what do you guys have left on the agenda for the year? Any goals left to accomplish? I'm assuming probably championships, but
yeah, we basically hit on everything already. We did that the first 7 races. Because at the beginning of the year, I set a goal for 5 wins. One more win than we did last year would be, and then we hit, I think we hit 7 in a row. They always say 8's the hardest, so we hit on 7, and that was more than enough. And then it's been surreal. We just put ourselves in position, and it's once we get out front,
we're
smooth sailing.
It's tough. We're pretty tough out front. We've exceeded our expectations for the year. You can dream of a season like that, especially for us. We're 3 years into this, and we want to try to double our wins every year. That's always the goal, but we've been on a real unique tear. We're running the Southern Tier Pack Series, so that's another little series within a series, kind of like
race.
Let's call it the high limit of Southern Tier go-kart racing.
Right.
A gentleman, Barry Goodban, started the Pack Series, so that hits all the tracks twice. Mm-hmm. So we kind of committed. We got in too deep. We got a couple wins, got the points lead. So now we're
fully committed.
We're fully committed to that, to try to finish that out. So we got a pretty decent lead in that. We got 4 races left, and then think we got 4 races left at Action Park. We got a pretty good points lead there. We tacked a few on last night, so we never thought of dreaming. We never dreamt of winning a championship. Just having fun and goals, but
let alone 2 in 1 year.
Yeah, so we're really excited. We just got to keep doing what we're doing, right? It's the grind. We're in the dog days of summer. It's hot.
It's when people want to quit.
It's when people want to quit. It's when people are tiring out, and that's when we want. That's when we
want to get stronger.
It's when we dig in. It's when we dig in.
You guys are going to make them want to quit even more after you keep dominating them every week.
Yeah, I mean that's not the goal. We don't want to make them quit. What we want to do is we want them to
scratch their heads.
We want them to scratch their heads a little bit, but we want them to understand that we love all we like all the racers. If we help people, if I don't care if you could be a mortal enemy on the track. If you need something, you need a part, you need something, you can always come over to the Zero Trailer and we'll help you with anything we got. Anything we got's yours as long as it's not our last one, and we'll help anybody. So, we're just looking to keep the grind going here to the end, staying diligent,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it takes to win a championship or even a race for that matter. Staying details matter, staying on top of things, not getting sloppy.
Yeah, and that's what we try to convey. We do some videos, we do some Facebook lives, we do some TikTok lives. We give people a little peek into what we do in our garage. We have a stringent cleaning and maintenance program.
Yeah,
and you have to do it. You have to do it. If you're not doing it, if you're not doing your maintenance, if you're not just, hey, we come home from the races, we're dog tired, and we just unload those carts and tear them down. 3 of them, now 4, but we tear them to the bone.
Yeah.
We cycle them through our cleaning process to just give us the best opportunity. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you have to do. If you guys end up crushing it the rest of the season, we're going to have to do some championship merch.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. We're all this year. It's like we keep tacking carts on. I'm like, yeah, Zach's like, we got to get some T-shirts and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I will when we stop buying carts and stop racing that stuff up. But yeah, that's definitely something that we'll look forward to if we can, pull this off in these closing months.
Yeah, it's awesome that you guys have had such a good year. You guys started shopping with us probably at the beginning of last year, right? That was the first cart wrap.
The first cart wrap was the beginning of last year. I think when we, and I'm not really sure how. Actually, I think we were looking through for graphics designers.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you as a promotion to you guys is you guys are the only ones that picked up. You guys are the only ones that answered back. And that's no slight to you, but it gets busy. You guys are rolling every day. And some of the local graphic designers are they're just real busy and they can't. We like to move. We like to move quick. So It's like we by happenstance stumbled across you guys, got into your process. Bang, get the design fee in, get it, return this stuff around in a couple weeks. So that's what really drew us to you guys, and the graphics are great, And by the way, that last set you printed up for me for that HDPE.
Oh yeah.
Whatever that stuff was, whatever that material was you sent, that's the stuff. That stuff sticks like a tick to a hound. Yeah, that stuff is on there. So
that stuff's pretty common for motocross and side by sides because they have those plastic pieces.
Yeah, that's the stuff. That stuff welded on there. So yeah, I mean, we love the design. We kind of have our own design, but you guys tune it up and balance everything out for us, and everything looks sharp. I think, Derek, one of the biggest compliments Zach and I have ever gotten was last year. Last year at Champion Speedway one night, and he went out and he was running very well. And gentlemen, we didn't even know. We didn't know him at all. He walked over to our hauler, and he said, you know what? I got to tell you guys. He says, you guys look like professionals.
Yeah.
He's like, your cart is amazing. The way you got your trailer done, you guys did some graphics for our trailer, the way we try to operate and present ourselves. I'm like, no, man, this is our second year of racing.
Yeah.
He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, we've only been doing this 2 years, but we attention to detail in everything that we do, is, and that helps. It draws partners, it draws sponsors. It, you gotta have results. I mean, you're always pushing for results, but, we try to look at it at a little bit of a with a bigger lens, beyond just what we're doing locally,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys definitely have a professional. Like, I wouldn't have guessed you guys have been racing for 2 years. One, based on the attention to detail, especially with like the way everything looks, but obviously the performance.
Yeah.
At a distance, because I don't obviously know you guys that well. I would assume you guys have been racing for 8-10 years probably. So
We've definitely been around it our whole entire lives. He's worked on big cars, and I've been around it my whole life. And we go to the racetrack every Friday night down here at Penn Cannon.
Yeah. I was on a local modified team for about 6 years, and the owner of that car was very detail oriented. You got something bent, you replace it. You clean. You do maintenance. You see something wrong, or you have a part that's on a cycle. Every 5 races, you need to change that. Whether it looks bad or not, you need to change it. So that's kind of the discipline that gentleman instilled in me, and we just do what we do. It's how we operate.
yeah, that's awesome. So I saw you guys went to Pocono a couple weeks ago too, right?
Yeah. We went up for NASCAR race.
Yeah. You guys real big into NASCAR or no?
Oh yeah. Every Sunday we'll sit down and watch the race. And
so I guess, who do you guys have for Indy?
Yeah. Yep. We're be getting ready for that here shortly.
Who do you think's gonna win it?
I don't know. Hopefully Blaney, but
yeah, and that's where we have the divergence, Derek, because he's a Blaney fan, right? So he's a Penske guy. I'm a Chevy guy by heart, so I'm kind of a Hendrick guy.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not really a bandwagoner, I really think William Byron's always really strong. But Zach and I got a saying, when we see Mr. Logano on these tracks, the pay window's open, and you could never count that guy out on the flat tracks. He's proven it time and time again. We've watched races like, man, Logano's right there. So
yeah.
Every time the pay window's open, he's always a threat.
Yeah, I was a Jeff Gordon fan most of my life. I've kind of migrated over to like the Trackhouse side. I'm kind of a Ross Chastain fan now.
Well, they're an exciting team. I mean, that's an exciting team out.
And they're young and they're new, and they're really good. They're getting their results, and obviously SVG coming in. They got a road course ringer, so they're gonna win some races at least.
Yeah.
But with your point on Logano, like, I don't want to like Logano, but I do like how he races.
Yeah.
I think just the way he looks makes me hate him. He's a fun
Yeah. I think the big thing with him is not much of a personality, I guess.
Yeah.
And I always like his in cars, because he's got the head down and he's just digging. He's digging, and all the guys are. But he's like a. Yeah, it's like you don't want to like him, but man, you can't refute what he can do in a race car when
he's one of the best out there.
When the pressure's on, that's the big thing with him, is when the pressure is on, the guy just buckles down, and you want to love to hate him, but damn, he's getting it done,
Yeah, you have to respect him either way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, back to the Blaney thing. My wife's a big Ryan Blaney fan, Audra. You guys have dealt with her.
Oh yeah.
Shop. We actually named our dog Blaney based on Ryan Blaney. So we had a red coonhound mix, and his was Blaney.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
you're not getting a dog, so no. There we go. But but we're enjoying the season. Obviously a lot of success. With running that good, we can we don't relax, but we don't have to take the chances, right? You ain't gonna try to wad it in there and take something from somebody forcefully, because you're doing pretty well in the points, so you can drive them really smart, and Dad just keeps up on the maintenance and keep all these kids rolling. And
yep.
But
yeah, well, it's been
the good thing is there's another thing is, so I'll go back to 20 years ago. My wife, she hated racing. I would go racing. She wouldn't have nothing to do with racing. She hated every minute of it. And now that all her kids and her grandkids are in it, and all the kids are being really successful at it, it's nice to have her, embrace and enjoy being at the track, to see these guys, she wants to see her kids doing well. So it's exciting to have her here, and the daughter, son, and granddaughter see her supporting as well. So she's getting older though too. So she's not as she's running out of things to do. So we have to suck her to the track,
keeping her busy.
Yeah, keep her busy. Yeah. We just got to get her prepping tires, but she's not having any of that.
No, nobody wants to do any of that. All right, dudes. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. It's been fun to watch your season so far. Even last season was fun to watch. So I'm excited to see where you guys end up. I'm sure it'll just be continually onward and upward. But
yeah, well, hey, if you ever get, I know you don't have a lot of free time, but if you ever get some time freed up, we run at Action Park East and Green, almost every Saturday night, but got really four good tracks to choose from in the southern tier, so there's a lot of good racing going on down here right now. We just want to keep it alive. That's the big thing, is keep karting alive down here. So we appreciate all these guys and you guys as well, and keep soldiering on, trying to bring these babies home.
Yeah, we've been trying to come out to at least one race. We travel like one race a month at least, just to kind of meet and greet and check on everyone, see how everything's doing. We do some videos when we go out. Next week we're going to Bradford Speedway, which is like a quarter-mile track, and they're going to run karts on it on Thursday.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, because everything we have down here is bull rings.
Yep, usually everything we run on is bull rings.
We're 10th and 12th miles, so we're sideways and kicking up dirt and swapping paint down here. So definitely exciting.
I'm trying to get them to run like 45 karts at once.
Yeah, right. We could barely run 20.
Yeah, we try to. You get 20 on the track. It's a melee.
It's a hornet's nest.
Yeah, but it's fun.
All right, guys. Well, I'll check with you soon, and I guess we'll probably get that other kart wrap going.
Oh yeah, I gotta get shorten it up. You gotta figure out how to jam 3 zeros on a side panel that's 23 inches long.
We'll make it happen.
I know you can do it. For sure. But I'll send you some proofs this week.
Okay, awesome, guys.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time, man, and the opportunity for sure.
Yeah,
of course. Anytime. Later.
Later.